for joining. This is Michaela Cook from the Tinstitute, and I'm going to be going over one of the great features on the TintWiz app. A couple weeks ago, I did a brief overview of the software, and today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into one of the great functionalities of this application. Today I'm going to be showing you on the desktop version, but TintWiz is accessible and fully functional on mobile as well as your iPad. So we'll jump right in here. I've already created an account, but if you haven't created an account, as I talked about in my last video, they do offer a 30-day free trial, which is great because you don't even need to put any credit card information in or remember to cancel. You can hop in there for 30 days, check out all the features and functionalities, and see if it might be a good solution for your business. So there's really no reason not to check it out. It does have a lot of really awesome features. So today we're going to be talking about lead forms, which is over here in the left-hand column. What's really nice about this is a lot of us have contact forms on our website. Ours personally just gets emailed to me, but if that lead doesn't follow through and we don't capture it in the initial sale, it can kind of get shuffled into your email trash or an email folder, and then they never get followed up with again. So TintWiz has a great way of taking all of those leads, putting them in one place, and adding project notes to the lead, which is another really important part. Instead of just someone following up that one time when you get a submission from your website, you can track all of those leads in TintWiz, assign projects to them, and follow up tasks. So if we click into lead forms here, it's super easy to set up. I do like how they already have a pre-templated form, which is pretty simple, and then you can build onto it from there. So you can see I have a couple in here, just the default form, and then a contact form I was just messing around with earlier. So we're just going to create a new one, and we're going to do contact form quality site. And in the notes section here, this isn't a required field, but you could just add in a note for yourself. So for example, incoming leads on homepage of quality site. I recommend having multiple contact forms and ways to get a hold of you. So those are calls to actions for potential clients that are browsing on your website. So this specific one, we're going to label that it's for the homepage of the quality site. Save changes. And then you can see here, once you do start getting form submissions, it's great because you can actually track, okay, this month we had a lot of incoming forms, this next month, maybe not so many, and you can track year over year as well. As you can see, this is a brand new form, so there's no initial statistics in here, but those will populate as we get incoming forms. So down here, you're going to see lead form on the right-hand column. You're going to hit Edit Settings, and this is where you can populate the fields and make fields required, change the field type. So we'll just jump into a couple of examples. Form title, you can really change this to whatever you want. They do have just generic pre-templated text, which I think is great, just if you don't really know what to say and you want to get it up quickly. So, say I wanted this to say, get in touch. We are looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, maybe that's too many exclamations, so we'll take that out. And you can see this preview over on the right-hand column. It will go ahead and edit this as we make edits on the left side to the actual form. So name is always going to be required. That's a staple in every form, so we're going to keep that. And then the form fields, they have some really popular fields here. You can see how these two are checked, and they're also appearing in the preview. And if we went ahead and checked phone number, that would also auto-populate over here. And then next down, you can select which fields you want to be required. So I like making mobile phone number and email address required because say, they mistyped their email address. Well, now you have another way to contact them. Most people, unless it's a company, you don't really need mobile phone number and regular phone number. So let's go ahead and take this one out. And then we'll leave these two required. Your message is nice so that they can include any details. Now, our company offers a lot of services, so if this was a contact form on the home page, it might be a little bit challenging to add any additional fields specific to auto tinting or specific to commercial tinting. But if you were doing a form specific to one of the pages on your site, you might want to add a custom field. So for example, our auto tinting contact form, it does have the make of the vehicle, the model, and then the year. And this kind of gives the customer an outline of the information you need rather than just saying, you know, vehicle information, and the customer just puts in Ford and submits the form, and then you don't really know if it's a Ford Fusion or if it's a Ford truck. So you can go ahead and put those in. He does have different options for the actual type of field. So say for example, you know, we didn't know if the customer was submitting a form for paint protection or tinting, and we wanted to kind of hone in on more of those details. You can do what's called a drop down field where you can actually, you know, so PPF or tinting, for example, and then you would add PPF tinting, or you could say, you know, what service are you looking for? And then PPF tinting vinyl wraps. And then, you know, if this was actually a form we were using on the website, I would spell this out because some customers don't know what that means. So paint protection, window tinting, color change, vinyl wraps. And then you can see here how it said the text, and then it changed it to a drop down field versus these are text field. So text field you're going to want to use when it's an open-ended answer. This you're going to want to use, say these are the only services you offer. It's like, you know, spelling out, is it paint protection, is it window tinting, is it a color change wrap? That's a great time to use the drop down. And there's other things as well. Say, you know, customers are typically using looking for multiple services. You can do a checkbox and then see how, you know, customer might want to do paint protection and a window tinting quote. So you can see how that changed over on the right hand column. And then you can even change the text on the submit form. You know, it says submit information now, but say, you know, submit quote. You can really customize it to whatever you'd like to use. Add custom CSS. This is going to be if you're a little bit more computer savvy. This would be to like add your own style and further edit and customize the way that this form looks. I think their pre-made template is really nice. It's clean, it's simple, it's really easy to use. And so we're not going to edit any of the CSS. You can easily change the font. Like I know for a fact that we use Roboto font on our website, and that will go ahead and update the font to match the rest of the text on our site. And then you can choose what you want the message to say after the customer submitted it, if the form was sent successfully or if it failed. And then advanced, I would recommend using this. You want to redirect the customer, and again, depending on what type of form you're using, for this example, I think we should just redirect them to the home page again on our site. Why not? They were just there. So, you know, for example, we're just going to redirect them to the home page of the quality site. Save changes. Okay, so now you're going to embed the form on the website, and we already saw the preview. We like the way it looks. We picked the font. You can actually go over here and open what the form would look like. So this has all the fields we chose, and it says which ones are required, and these ones are obviously not required, and they can check off either multiple or single and type in more specific information about their job here and then submit the quote. So now we're going to go ahead and embed this form in our website. So I'm going to save the changes, and then we're going to go to lead forms. We're going to click on that form that we just made, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the embed code here. And some of you may manage your own website. Some of you may have someone that does that for you. This should be a really easy change. You know, take 5 minutes or less for someone that knows what they're doing. We do build websites as well, so if you have a website that you're not happy with, or if you have a website that you can't figure out how to make changes with, we're more than happy to do an audit on it and see if it's something that we can take over, or if you needed a quote on a new site, we can definitely do that as well. So what I've done here, this is the back end of our quality site, and I've gone ahead and created a blank page, and this page, you know, say this page we name quick estimate 2, because we already have a quick estimate page. So just for the purpose of the video, this is a new page. I've gone ahead and added an HTML widget, and from there I'm just going to go ahead and copy paste that HTML code. Okay, so you can see it essentially puts their form on your site, which is great because that was really easy. And if I go ahead and publish this site, we're gonna see it live on the actual quality site. So it's taking a little while here. Okay, boom. So it went ahead and published. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. You can see this new page is created. You can go ahead and click on it. Now we're going to submit a form as if we were a customer. So Kayla Cook. Boom. If I didn't put anything here and I tried to submit it, look, it's going to say you need to fill this out, which is great because you don't want a customer to not give you any of their contact information and think that they reached out to you, but it's like we didn't even get information to get a hold of you. So there we go. I'm going to do Ford Fiesta, or I guess Fiesta would go here. And then we're going to do 2012, and I'm interested in window tinting. And then I'm going to say, you know, would like to get quote on tinting my Ford Fiesta. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and submit the form. So again, this is what your customer would be seeing on your site. And if I don't know if you guys noticed, but it went ahead and took me to the home page of the quality site. Anytime you can, you want to keep customers on your website and keep them engaged as long as possible, because that will boost the SEO. So we're going to go back to the TintWiz app because, again, one of the great features is that the lead that just filled out the form on your website is going to then be automatically sent into TintWiz, and you don't need to do any work. It automatically does that. So I think I just wanted to check. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go back over here, and if I go to my lead forms, again, how I showed you the analytics on there, you can see I now have one form submission. So if I was going to go ahead and click into there, you could see I got one form today, and this would fill in as you get more and more forms. So if I hit refresh on this, see how that little purple bell is ringing? This is one of the great features, is that it gives you a notification on the TintWiz app. And say you're not in your app, well, TintWiz automatically sends you an email as well, letting you know that you just got a lead. And a lot of us know when a customer is submitting for quotes, speed, time is of the essence. So if you get to that customer quickly and professionally with a well thought out proposal, and your competitor doesn't get to them till tomorrow and you're getting to them within 15 minutes, they're gonna think, wow, this company's really on top of it. They really want my business. They're well organized. They're probably gonna do a great job on my project. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at this notification. I came in, Michaela Cook, view contact, here's all of the information. And then I can go ahead and say, I called this person, I got more information. I can create a project, which would be automotive tinting. And here I can fill in that information just so they're on record with us. So I did confirm Ford Fiesta 2012. Color's great for, maybe you don't need that so much for window tinting, but for vinyl wraps or paint protection, color definitely plays its role. So we'll do black, and we're gonna go ahead and add any notes, customer needed removal on back half of vehicle and is getting the full car retinted. So I'm going to create that project there. And then I can go ahead and add a proposal. So say I didn't book that person on the spot. They were like, you know what? I need to talk to my husband. I'd like you to send over a proposal. I'm at work right now. If you're the company that calls and sends a professional proposal, you're going to boost your chances of closing the sale, even if you might be more expensive than another shop. So you can create a proposal from there. And they have a lot of pre-templated items, such as before price, discounted price. You can pick what kind of film you're putting on the vehicle. And I don't know if you guys saw another cool aspect, if you go back here, is you can do tint applications. So I can add film notes, price notes, which is great because if a customer says, what did I get a couple years ago when I came in, you can reference all of these areas. So there's a lot of places to add that, and then you can invoice them from here as well. You can add photos of their vehicle. This is especially good for, paint protection or vinyl wrapping, or even for auto tinting. If you're wanting to build up your portfolio, you can add pictures of the project and then later reference them if a customer has that same vehicle and wants to see, hey, what other cars have you done? What have they looked like? I want to get an idea of what my vehicle is going to look like. So I really like that component because you can search other similar vehicles and leverage those as a way to get new clients. So for example, like Tesla customers that are interested in chrome deletes, if we had been using this software before, I could have searched Tesla, pulled up all the completed photos of Tesla chrome deletes and been like, here's our Rolodex of all of these different projects that we've completed for Tesla customers. So that really puts you ahead of the competition. You can also schedule the contact right from here, which is great. So if they were like, yeah, I want to schedule an appointment, it's nice because you don't have to be retyping that information. I already have their information over here, and the only thing I need to do is assign whoever's working on it, put the time in and the date, and it will automatically put it in the calendar. And again, it's nice because it auto-populates the customer's information, and for confirming appointments, it sends them an email and text message and I don't need to re-enter that information because Michaela has already given me that information on her contact form. So I hope that was a little bit more in depth for you to get an understanding of the benefits of this program. We'll be diving into each feature. There's just so much to cover. I wanted to just focus on one piece at a time. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at media@the-tinstitute, or if it's specific to the software, you can reach out to TintWiz directly, and they also have a lot of great videos on their YouTube channel as well. So we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video, and Happy New Year, everyone.